I now recognize the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Ogles, for his second 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Lee, I think you said 98% of communities were below the cyber poverty line.
Yes, Congressman. If you look at companies under about 100 million in revenue across all of our electric and water utilities, that's about 95 to 98% of them.
Goodness gracious. And so I want to go back and just double down on this issue again, coming from the county executive level, and you know, to my good friend to my left here, you know, his district as well, I'm sure he's seeing the same thing, is that, you know, your IT director is also the guy that's setting up emails and plugging in keyboards, and probably spends 60, 80% of his time not in his office, not at his desk, not being offensive, because a good defense is a good offense, you know, looking for those weaknesses, looking for those back doors, looking for those left around passwords and such. And so, and I'll use the word framework in the context is more like a toolbox. And, you know, I want to be careful here because, you know, borrowing from Reagan, you know, he said the scariest phrase in the English language is, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." And what we don't want to do is create a monster that suddenly is nothing more than a big bureaucracy that is designed to grow and gobble up resources. But what I do see here, again, coming from that local background, is there is a vacuum here. There is a void. And quite frankly, our communities don't have the expertise. And even if they do have the expertise, I'm not sure they have the bandwidth in the context of man or woman hours. And so we've got to figure out how we move forward and how we, quite frankly, equip some of our local communities. Because again, if I'm on the other side of the pond and I'm seeing the opportunity, that moment to seize, I'm going after the locals. I'm going after those water systems. And you want to talk about creating pandemonium. So suddenly your small rural cooperative electric or water system goes down and it's not working and it's not coming back online for a few weeks. And that's been Swiss cheese across the country. That's what, again, I go back, having been the county executive, that's what keeps me up at night. And Mr. Chairman, I think my challenge to the committee is that's something that we need to work on, being careful not to create, again, a monster that grows and grows and feeds at the trough, that government trough. And then back to the whole idea of creating a department level service with Cyberforce, I think that's incredibly important. Because cyber is not just across the networks. It touches into the drones and the capability of jamming and all sorts of things. So those capabilities have to become, we have to lead on that frontier and quite frankly become untouchable in the same way we're untouchable in airspace and communications. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.